My reading of the situation is that legally the default position in the absence of an agreement, a deal, is Brexit on the 31st of October. That is to say, in the absence of a deal and in the absence of a further extension. That is the legal position as I understand it. There was a bill passed, ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Yvette Cooper from the Labour side and Oliver Letwin from the Conservative side to prevent a no deal Brexit. But I think I'm right in saying that piece of legislation which was passed is now OTOs because it referred to a particular set of circumstances in April, and therefore it's been overtaken by events. So legally, the scenario, Thomas, that you highlight and which you say is spoken to by a number of people who seek to be Prime Minister, that is so. There can, however, be a difference between what the law says and what political movement between now and then, political activity, decrees. And I'm not saying that Brexit without a deal will happen, and I'm not saying that it definitely won't. I am saying I'm very clear in my mind that Parliament and individual parliamentarians will have strong views about these matters. And there is a difference between a legal default position and what the interplay of political forces in Parliament will facilitate. It's not for me, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand, please don't take umbrage at this, it's not for me to seek to claim to know what is the will of the people. It's not for me to seek to claim to know that. That's not a matter for the Speaker. My job is to stand up for the right of the House of Commons institutionally and the rights of individual members of Parliament individually to express themselves and to try to take policy forward as they think fit. So I think there is much debate still to be had, and the idea that there is an inevitability, I don't think anybody is saying this, or I'm not aware of it, but the idea that there is an inevitability of a no-deal Brexit would be a quite wrong suggestion, a quite wrong suggestion. There is no inevitability whatsoever about that. Harold Wilson was not one of our greatest prime ministers in the UK, though he was rather a canny operator. He fought 5 elections and he won 4 of them. And Harold Wilson's probably most famous adage was "a week's a long time in politics." There's a long way to go. There's a lot still to be said. And, nothing should be taken for granted. And, it was said that we would be out of the European Union by the 29th of March, and then by the 12th of April. And in due course, we may be, on whatever basis, we may be. But at the moment, the United Kingdom remains a member of the European Union, and there is much debate to be had, and policy to be determined, and conclusion to be reached.